Welcome back to Daytime Live. Now we are about to enter Daytime Chat, my favorite segment, because you know how I do love to talk. No comment from you. We are joined on set by Basie, formerly of TOK, and Camille. How are you, Camille? You good?
Yes, I am.
Yes. How are you, Basie?
Doing good. Give thanks.
She's bright as fuck. I'm loving the hair, bringing some color matching her set. So we are talking today about what if your parents do not approve of your relationship? Have either of you ever been in a situation like that where you introduce your partner to your parents and your parents are like,
Next.
no. Have you ever been in that situation?
No, I've never been in that situation. My parents are pretty cool, so...
they don't mind who you bring home, how it goes.
Well, first of all, in terms of me, I make sure it reaches a certain level in the relationship before you bring home the person.
What level? Is there a time
serious.
for you?
Not time, but I guess when you just feel like you reach that level where this is something more substantial than maybe just dating, for instance. And at that point, you introduce them to the parents.
So my question is, when you say more substantial, like what is more substantial for you? Are you thinking someone that you're thinking about marrying, or someone that you're just
marrying.
like... You understand what I'm saying? Because it could be that you only introduce one person or maybe two. It could be that once a relationship hits 4 months, it's introduced. You know,
well,
introduction time.
Part of reaching to the point of marriage is how the parents and the family respond.
That's true.
Because you're going to have to be sharing this space with everybody, all stakeholders, if you will. You know,
all stakeholders.
You know
what I'm saying?
Camille.
But it's true.
Yeah, pretty much. Camille, I want to hear about your experience though, because you look like you're...
Camille is like, let me sip some tea. Yes, Camille.
Well, I was in the experience. Actually, my mom, my spouse was the one who went and introduced himself.
Wait.
You heard well.
Rewind. So your spouse, he took himself and just
took my mom's office.
Without your consent or prior knowledge?
Well, he did mention it. He was like, I'm going inside to your mom. I'm going to tell her that I was like, no, don't do that. You can't do that. No, she's going to tell her no.
So why, first of all, why didn't you introduce?
I didn't think it was time.
So he said, me not care about you?
No, and him say he's not a child. And him say him going enough of himself because he wants my parents to know about him. And him just sidestepped me and he went there.
So he's one of those insecure man then?
No, he's one of the bold man then. Perhaps that's the best introduction you could ever do, because sometimes the girls might be afraid or the women might be afraid of, going up first and say, all right then, dad, mom, I
was in that little shell.
I think he's afraid, said there may be somebody else, so he's like, let me get myself. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Camille. Go ahead, because I want to hear how did this one turn out?
Well, my mom, actually, she was on the job, as I said, and mom said, no, you have too much tattoos, and I don't want my daughter dating anybody with no earrings in them ears. And him come outside and tell me, say, your mother said, no, get out of my car. And I start ball. I say, I'm not leaving.
Hold up, wait a minute. So, your mom said no to him.
Yes.
So then he came into the car and told you to get out of the car because mommy said no?
He said yes. He said, your mother denied me and I'm not going to even go there. I'm not going to try fighting with your mother. And I said, well, I'm not coming out. And I sit down there and I start ball. But I eventually had to get out of the car though.
I love the sound of that. It's going back to the whole parental approval, because fast forward now, you're that person where you're still together?
He's actually my husband now.
Watch that. So that was a bold step.
And I'm talking about 16 years ago.
Right. So you were very young at the time?
Yes.
So we understand that. There was youth involved. Now it makes a little bit more sense.
It makes more sense
now.
You know, probably no. I would have tell my daughter the same thing. I don't want you to bring nobody in here with no earrings. But not really the tattoo, because I kind of like it. But it doesn't matter to me anymore. It doesn't really matter to me. So as long as the person is able to take care of the family, and he's a bold man. I like
financially
bold men.
Take care of the family.
Right.
So
that's and mentally.
And mentally and emotionally.
Right.
All right.
I want to tell about Basie into this discussion though, because you say you never have that experience at all. But in terms of the whole you having to meet perhaps your partner's family.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
Well, my significant other now is half Niger, half German. so it's not a Jamaican.
So the culture different.
Yeah, so the culture different, and then meeting the parents now, her father is black and her mother is white. So meeting it now, you don't know where it went to go, you don't know if these people are going to be accepting or not. And of course, they were very, very, very welcoming, and up to now, them, they treat me like, there's no difference in culture or race or whatever, it's one big love. But at the time, I was very nervous because you don't know if the mother say, boy, like the tattoo, me have my tattoo, them two locks, what I mean, and artists especially, there's a stigma around being an entertainer, and you must be a galley, so you must have a whole heap of girl, and so sometimes it's hard to paint that picture that, listen, shed the stigma, I'm alright, I'm a good youth, so it was challenging, but it was good, I never had any bad experience,
So what I want to ask is, it's a little strange question, but it's not really. I find, back me up or not, that people, your family aren't always honest about your relationship.
That's true.
Their feelings about the relationship until after. So, you're dating somebody and you introduce them and everybody's like, and then you break up and you say, mommy or daddy or sister, whatever, you know what he did, can you believe? And then they're like,
well,
never did like it. Never text him anyway. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, well, why didn't you say something?
I mean, it's a part of the
and they're
process.
like, we didn't want to get involved because of the relationship.
Yeah, and it's a part of the process
So-
because eventually they had to learn their way up as well. Introducing
Yes.
their significant other to their family members, as well as trying to get a hang of how they maneuver around it and getting that experience. So they feel that we should perhaps their children should learn on their own, but they will still be supportive of
Right.
it. So they'll be like, all right, it's a nice girl and it's a nice
But
boy.
do you guys think that if your parents don't approve,
They'll make you know right there.
then it should be a no?
Oh,
well,
I say no for you.
Yeah, if you're dating somebody and your parents say, because back in the days, let's go back a little bit, your parents had to sign off on the relationship. In fact, the parents are probably the one that would say, you know what, I think you and you would be good together. Let's make that happen. That was what
plan.
parents used to do back in the day. So do you think that right now, if a parent says, or parents, both of them say, you know what, I'm not liking you two together. I don't like the relationship. No.
I think in
Do
this
you
day-
think that's a viable response? And
No,
should you?
I think in this day and age, them things they're outdated, and I think especially this generation, I mean, it's a whole different game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I listen to your story though. I would really commend your mom though, because the thing is, she has to be honest up front, and it also is a clear message that is sent to your suitor at the time.
That's
okay,
right. That you're not alone.
Yeah.
That
so
you
you know,
have.
so you know what he's
So you know what him, and then obviously him adjust and,
Yeah.
and make it work, and it kind of like set the bar. She set a high standard that him have to really know if he really wants it.
You see, I love that you said that, Basie. But guys, we're not finished with the conversation yet because we want to know how it work out on the flip side. But before we get into that, Daytime Live will be right back. Join us after the break.